Hello, we're really excited because in one day's time we're going on our very first safari and we're really properly excited. But we were wondering what should we pack, and we're going to safari in South Africa rather than East Africa. And we've watched probably 30 to 40 different videos trying to work out what it was we need to pack. So in this video we're going to go through what we sort of kind of learned from watching all those videos, and then at the end of the video we'll be filming that when we get back from our trip, and then we'll go through what was worth taking and what was a complete waste of time. So keep watching. So now let's first talk about luggage, and there's a little bit of a discrepancy between the various videos that we've seen out there on what sort of luggage to take. And I think a lot of that depends on whether your safari is going to have you staying in a tent-like location or in one of the lodges. Now in the safari that we're going on in South Africa, we're going to the Sebatana Private Reserve, and that's a lodge type accommodation. And from what we've been able to gather, a suitcase is absolutely fine to take to that, as well as a backpack, of course. So now let's talk about travel documentation. And of course, you can't go anywhere without your passports. You need to make sure you've got that. And of course, you need your tickets. You need your airline tickets, or you're going to do online check-in, which we'll do. And of course, you need your tickets for your accommodation and your transfers. So Haze Travel did our booking for this. So they've given us a nice little handy travel pack with all of that documentation in it. Never travel anywhere without some travel insurance, of course. Thank you, Aviva. And of course, now you also need to think about money. And money is quite an interesting topic, and we've had lots of different opinions on that. We're traveling with euros as our primary currency, but we're also taking some South African rand as well, and as well as a travel money card, which we can use as a backup emergency sort of source of funds if we need to. So hopefully we've got all bases covered with our currency. So while we're talking about money, let's have a quick chat about tipping etiquette. And there seems to be quite a sort of a divergent set of opinions on this on YouTube. But from what we've been able to gather, it is customary to tip your game drive guides at the end of each drive, or certainly at the end of the holiday, just to say thank you for the great experience that they've hopefully given you. And we've seen varying amounts from between sort of 10 to 20 euros per person per day, or dollar equivalents is what we've seen online. But of course, there's also the staff back at the lodge, and you may want to give some tips for those as well, for the bar staff or the housekeeping staff. And at the resort that we're going to, they're allowing that to be paid in euros at the end of the stay. You can either pay that via a card, or you can put cash in the tips box. So while we're on the subject of essentials, let's talk about medical vaccination requirements. And here in the UK, you can check Travel Health Pro or the NHS website. And luckily for us, the vaccination requirements that we needed were exactly the same as those that we needed when we travelled to the Far East earlier this year. So no additional jabs for us.
Well, I'm going to talk about the important stuff. I'm going to talk shoes, but it's important to us ladies anyway. I'm going to take some pair of trainers or pumps, something like that, that I'm going to wear on the plane, nice and comfy on the plane, and also to wear around the lodge. I'm also going to take, for the game drives, I'm going to take my walking boots. That's going to be really good. It's got good protection for the ankles and things like that. And, you know, it's going to be muddy, dusty, you know, it's going to be like that out there. So that's good shoes to take there. And then in the evenings, if I'm dressing like in a dress or a bit smarter, I've got some nice sandals to wear. So that's just around there. So that's all I'm taking, nice and easy.
And for us fellas, very similar, just one less pair of shoes, a pair of sort of pumps and trainers for on the plane around the lodge. And as Nessie says, a good pair of walking boots for when we're out on the game drives, because it's going to be muddy, dusty and horrible, so probably going to live in these for most of that time.
I'm going to talk about game drive outfits. What we've learned is it's good to have about 2 to 3 outfits, especially for the game drives, because you're going to get dusty, sweaty, smelly, and things like that. So they did actually suggest that you take a black bag and you keep the clothes in the black bag. So you just use them just for the game drives. So I've got a nice pair of 3/4 length trousers here. So I've got those. And I've got a long pair as well. The long pair is quite good for, especially we're going to do like a walk out in safari. So we want to be covered so you don't get bitten. I've got a couple of t-shirts here, and I've got a couple of like linen tops to go over the top. And these are good because sometimes you're going to have early morning drives, and it's going to be a little bit more chilly. So you've got something there. They suggest having layers, so you can take things off, put them on as and when you need them. Also, with these ones here, you can like cover your arms if you're like a bit worried about you're going to get bitten or things like that. Also, a good idea is to have neutral colours. Having the neutral colours, it's the animals aren't going to be scared by having like bright red clothes and things like that, and you're more likely to see the animals, hopefully.
So like Nettie, I'm taking 2 to 3 dedicated game drive outfits, which I'm going to wear all week, and I don't mind them getting smelly and dirty. It's going to be amazing, but it's going to be ponky also. So my game drive outfits, I'm going to wear cargo pants covering my legs, elasticated bottoms, don't want any creepy crawlies getting up there, loads of pockets, and if you're taking video and photos and stuff, pockets is good because you can shove stuff in them. I'm also taking a linen shirt, and I'm wearing long sleeve linen shirts, nice and cool, also absorbing all the sweat and stuff like that. Long sleeve because I don't want to get sunburnt and I don't want to get bitten. For us follically challenged gentlemen, I am wearing a hat, of course, got to keep the sun off my head, and I've gone for a sort of wide brim bucket style hat, which I bought in Malta, just to try and keep the sun off my head and also my neck as well. As Annette said, it could be a bit chilly in the morning, so I'm going to take a bit of a gamble and take a fleece with me, just in case it is a bit chillier than we're anticipating. We're going in December, but that's their summer, but it still could be a bit chilly first thing in the morning when we're out on the game drives. And as for the colours, we're going for the neutral colours. And what you'll see if you do the research on YouTube or online, you'll see that the colours of your clothing is important if you're trying to avoid the tsetse fly, with the tsetse fly being specifically attracted to the colour blue. Now, from what we've been able to research, where we're going in South Africa is a very low risk area for the tsetse fly, but as it does carry some diseases and apparently the bites really, really hurt, we're not taking any chances.
Well, I'm going to talk about general clothing. Right, you need your underwear, you need your pyjamas, you need your swimming costume, you need definitely hats. I've got a couple of hats. I've also got a bucket hat, like Simon said earlier, but I've also got a baseball cap as well. I've also, very important for the ladies, sunglasses, but I don't just bring one pair. I've actually got 3 pairs of sunglasses for different looks. So, yep, sunglasses. I've also got some things like shorts and leggings, some T-shirts to wear around. I've got a nice T-shirt there, going with the colour theme as well. So I've got a few things like that. I've got about 3 smarter outfits for the evenings. Don't know whether people dress up for this or not. Don't know, but I've got a few things just in case. So I bought myself a nice Brilliant Vinted. I got a nice sort of safari looking dress, so I'm quite looking forward to wearing that. And I got some trousers and things just for wearing the evenings. And I think that is about it.
Okay, also I need some general clothes for lounging around the resort and around the lodge and enjoying my time there. So all the essentials, pyjamas, of course, and then of course it's a pair of shorts for enjoying the sunshine, T-shirts, obviously got to take a few band shirts, that's really, really important. Swimming cozies, that's really, really important. Socks is quite interesting because you want some thin socks when you're lounging around in your pumps and your trainers, but when you're out on the drives, you'll probably need some hiking socks to go in your hiking boots. And also unsure whether there's going to be any kind of formalities in the evening. We're really not sure about that. So a bit of a contingency. I'm going to take a pair of chinos and a nice shirt to go with it. So at least I'll be prepared if formality does present.
Well, I'm going to talk about toiletries. Right, you need your toiletry bag with all things like toothbrush, toothpaste, all the usual stuff. Being a lady, I need moisturisers and creams and all my little potions, so they all come in this little bag with me. I have, again, being a lady, I need my makeup, so that all comes in this nice little kit. Also, being on a safari, something that is very, very important, which is the bug spray. And we've got DEET, and this is safari strength, and we really will need that. So we've got that, and also on that, we have the special mosquito bands as well. Whether they're any good, I don't know. There's mixed reviews on these, but we just want to have double strength, so we're using those as well. Also, suntan lotion and the good old after sun. That's definitely probably being the heat that we're having, it'll probably really be used. So that's it.
I'm also taking my wash kit with all the usual goodies inside. Of course, I am taking razors and a beard trimmer. And of course, after I've had a nice shave, I'm going to freshen up with some eau de quinine cologne, which I bought from GOF Trumper. Now, mosquitoes are supposedly not to like the smell of quinine. I'm not sure how much truth there is in all of that, but I kind of like the smell, so I'm going to give it a go. I'm also taking a first aid kit, of course.
Right, now the flight bag. First of all, most important, the neck pillow. This is a really handy neck pillow. It comes in a nice small bag. My daughter bought this for me for my birthday. She knew I was going on loads of long haul flights, and this has been a godsend for me anyway. Headphones. So you don't have to use any of the cheap plastic ones that you get on the plane. You can use your nice ones, and you can listen to the movies, music, and all that stuff. A nice book, so you can read a book on the plane. Most important, snacks. I've got a hairbrush, a pen, some tissues, some wet wipes, some painkillers, and a water bottle. This is an empty water bottle. We go through security, and then you can fill it up at the other end, and you've got a nice cold drink on the plane. I've got my mini toothbrush and travel toothbrush and mini toothpaste for using at the other end to freshen up. And in here, lip seal, hand sanitizer, and a nice smelly spray to make me smell nice. I also have this little bag here, which is very important. It keeps my passport in there, and it keeps my purse in there, and it keeps my phone in there. So they're kept close to me, and it's very added security.
So my flight bag has all the essentials like neck pillow, book, bottle, toiletries and all of that, but it also has all the tech. So what tech and gadgets are we taking with us on this trip? Let's start with the most important thing, and that is a power adapter. And we've had to get a South African power adapter so that we can use our appliances and devices. This is a Type D adapter, so it's got 3 round pins. So we can convert from UK and USB into the local power supply. So that's really, really important. I've also got a selfie stick, which doubles up as a tripod. That's really, really good. Several power banks with various leads, including one of these plug anything into it type leads, a 3-way splitter lead. That's really, really good. Obviously our chargers, headphones, really, really important. We're going to go out and hopefully see loads and loads of wildlife, so a pair of binoculars. We normally do all our filming on the phones. Normally when we do this, we've not bought any sort of posh cameras, GoPros or anything. Everything you see on our channel is always filmed on our phone. But for this particular trip, I did decide to splash out. When I say splash, I spent 20 quid on eBay and I bought myself a second-hand digital camera. Hopefully I can get some close-up shots of some of the wildlife. And of course, to go with that £20, came £30 when I bought a memory card and some batteries to go with it. And of course, like Annette, I've got my little sort of bag which carries all my essentials in it, including my passport, my wallet, and also my phone. Will all go in there a little bit more compact than it. So that's us packed and ready to go on a trip of a lifetime.
It's our dream holiday off our bucket list.
It's going to be amazing, I'm sure. But have we packed right? Have all this video that we've been watching on YouTube, has that been worthwhile? Well, when we get back, we're going to do some more video and we'll tell you exactly how we got on and whether we packed the right things for our safari.
Have we done it right or have we done it wrong?
Stay tuned. Well, hello.
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 We're
home. Yeah. We're literally
Finally.
about 2 hours after we got through our front door. We just had an amazing safari experience in Sebetana Private Reserve in South Africa. But what was our packing like? We did say we'd give you a review. So let's go through it.
What's our packing takeaways?
Yeah, what did we learn? What did we learn? So let's go through the categories. Luggage. The cases were great. No issues.
Yeah.
So case and a backpack. Backpacks were awesome.
Yeah, and I have my little sling bag as well that I keep my passport and bits and pieces in.
Really, really good. Really, it all worked really well.
Brilliant. Yeah.
On the travel essentials, we have run into a couple of issues. So travel insurance is really important. Make sure you've got the right covers.
Yes, definitely.
Watch our vlogs to find out more
Yeah.
on that. The currency kind of worked well as well, didn't it?
For us, yeah, it did. Yeah.
So we had euros and some rand as well, and travel
Yeah.
cards. And I think the combination of the three.
We had a little bit of sterling as well for an emergency, but we came home with all that, didn't we?
We did, yeah. So euros, because the resort wanted us to pay them in euros. Rand for paying where we could tips and where we could go, into shops and things. Not that there were many to go into.
Yeah, there was one little market we went to, and that was rand, wasn't it? So
yeah, so rand, and then travel card for that I'm at the airport and I need just to buy stuff. Really, really good. So that worked well. So let's get on to things like clothing and the game drive clothing.
That worked really well. What I packed, it worked fantastically.
I think the idea of having a couple of, I used two. I just wore the same two outfits all week on the game drives.
Well, I had 2 pairs of trousers, and then I had about 4 different tops or something.
It does get really dusty, doesn't it?
It does get
really dusty. You can see why people say that.
Yeah.
So
and you get sweaty as well.
Yeah, you do get sweaty. Yeah. The thing I didn't use was a fleece in the mornings. It wasn't cold enough for me to use a fleece, although some members of the group did wear a fleece, didn't they?
Yeah, there were some people that they get cold really easily, so they did in the early morning ones. I didn't think it was that too cold. I didn't use the fleece, but I didn't actually bring the fleece really for that. I bought the fleece for the other, for traveling, basically, to wear it when we got off, because you definitely needed it when we got it back home.
In the UK. Yeah, the fleece was helpful for that.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But yeah, for a fleece for the game drives, and we went, of course, in December, which is their summer. We're at their high summer, effectively. Yeah. So I guess if you go, in colder seasons, the fleece is definitely needed. But if you're going in their high summer, for me personally, I didn't need it, just stayed in the case.
Yeah. We bought a few smart things, didn't we?
So for general clothing, it
works all right. Yeah, because
I didn't wear them at all.
No, did you not? Well, I did, because ladies like to dress up nicely in the evenings, have a bit of a shower.
I'm quite happy to be a scruff bag, and I think everybody around us.
If you didn't want to do that, it didn't matter.
There were some that did, didn't they?
Yeah, some people did, some people didn't. So it's like that last night when we were on the Sunset Rock. Yeah. Most people had dresses. Most of the ladies had dresses on, and I didn't put a dress on for that time because
most of the blokes didn't bother.
But it doesn't matter, it's each their own, really, isn't it?
Okay, so that was that. Gadgets and tech, a couple of takeaways on that. Okay, firstly, binoculars, really, really important.
That was good. We bought our binoculars, that was fine. Yeah,
because sometimes your camera just doesn't zoom in close enough. They're good pair of binoculars.
We actually did see the lion, but the lion was so far away. You couldn't zoom in with your camera. You couldn't even do. You got a all right photo, but it's much better to see it through the binoculars.
Which nicely leads us on to my next tip on that, was the camera. Get as big a lens as you can on your camera. So your phones are great and they do a good job, but actually stuff far away, you need something with a decent zoom to get those great shots that you want. And sometimes you need even though I bought that cheap secondhand camera and it was good, and I did get some stuff. Some good shots, but I could have done with a bigger lens, really, on that.
Yeah, and what we've actually done for that, because I suppose with some of the shots, you just thought, oh, I wish I'd got a better shot for that. But we were lucky because the group of people that we were with were really lovely, and we ended up doing a WhatsApp group so that people with really good zoom in cameras and things could actually upload their photos. So because they're on the same things that we were on, so they've taken the photos, and we get those as well, and we've put ours on, and we've all shared the photos because people see different things as well.
That was a really good tip, that as well.
Really
just
good.
Share the photos. And those that have got the big sort of camera equipment, we're happy to share, and it can help as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, the lens on the camera I bought was a 28mm, and it just wasn't enough. Really, I could have done with 35 at least. Maybe more, but look, it was a good buy, and I didn't spend a lot on it. So,
no, but you don't have to do things like that, because there was a lot of the animals that we did see up quite close.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And with just our phones, we could get some really good pictures, couldn't we? So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So that was the tech. I guess the other bits and bobs, the other key takeaways, is the importance of making sure you do take your DEET and your mosquito repellent. Wow.
Yeah, we've got a few bites around, yeah.
Just a few, and
Yeah.
we got off relatively lightly compared to some of the
Some of
others.
them, was it? One of the men, he counted his up and he had 27, didn't he?
27 bites, yeah. So, I
Yeah.
mean, I guess the other thing was for the mosquito repellent was we wished we'd taken plug-in for
Mm.
mosquito repellents for our room,
I
and
think we had thought about it, but we actually completely forgot, didn't we,
I think,
at the time?
yeah, we forgot about those. I
Yeah.
think there are meshes on the screens on the windows and all that kind of stuff like that, but they find a way in.
Well,
When
I
they're in,
got
you're just
bitten in the
lunch.
minibuses actually.
And
When we got on the minibuses, that's when I was getting bitten.
yeah, so you spend some time on
Mm.
the minibuses, you get bitten there as
Yeah.
well. But I think generally speaking, we didn't do too bad for our first safari packing.
No, I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, we hope you found this video helpful and you've seen what we've packed and
Yeah.
what we took, and then hopefully heard our experiences and thought, well, actually, if I'm going to do a safari, I'm definitely going to take that, not take that. That's what this is about.
That's right.
Okay, well, look, thanks for watching,
Yeah.
and don't forget to check out our vlogs and our video diaries from our safari adventures just to see all the great things that we experienced. And we did have an amazing time. A bucket list holiday for certain.
Definitely.
Thanks very much.
All right.
If you've liked this video, why not drop us a comment in the box below? And if you want to see more of adventures on our safari, why not subscribe, because there's more videos coming.